Hello, welcome to another video. In the last video we talked about the driving force in your core and your lower half and what actually drives that movement. In this video I'm going to be talking about the how and why and trying to get you to think about, as you're going through the form, how your body is moving and why your arms end up in the positions they do going through the form. To give you an example, it's like as you raise your arms up and drop down in the opening scene, what's actually going on there behind the scenes? So I'm not just raising my arms up and pulling them back down again. There's a lot more going into that. And you're turning and dropping into like parting the horse's mane. What's going on there? You need to start thinking about every move and how it's actually caused to be in that position, how your body is moving, expanding, contracting, everything that's happening that puts your body in those positions. So, to give the example from, I'll do it from the side. So, when we go through the slower version of the form, there's a lot more breaths in and it's a lot more obvious what's going on. You take your breath in, creates an expansion in your chest, which helps raise your arms forward slightly. So that expansion is also going to create like a ball there, and you're going to allow that ball to sink you down a little bit as you do it. So if you breathe in, you got this motion forwards with your arms and slightly down. Notice I'll try to keep my head where it is and let the body drop below it and take the breath in. So that's why my arms are slightly forward. Now if I leave my hands here and relax down, again still just trying to hold my head from the string, relax down here, my hands are now tilted forwards. Now if you imagine there's a plane of glass that your hands are rested on and your arms can't really drop down below that, as you drop down, the only place for your arms to go is to go forwards. Right? And then relax here, and that's going to relax your wrists down. And as you take a breath in, that slight expansion is going to throw your arms out a little bit more, raising them up a bit. But we're also going to come up with our legs, bringing our arms up. So you got this. And you see here, my arms aren't up here. I haven't just raised my arms up here. My arms naturally come up to chest height, slightly below the shoulders. And then I'm going to relax. So if I leave my elbows where they are and I drop down slightly, you see that's going to raise my arms up slightly above my hands on the ends of my arms. So that's there. And as I relax, I'm going to drop out slightly. And then on the breath out, I'm just going to release some of the tension here, keep the shape here. That back level again, right? So you see, all through that movement, I'm more controlling the position of my arms via the position of my body. So there's no point where I'm going up, down, there. There's all reason for it. And you're going to go through pretty much all of the form, looking for every instance where you're using your body to move your arms around, trying to understand why your arm is moving in a certain way. Okay. Another case in point is from the bottom, and you come across. My arm here is moving across because I'm turning not my waist, I'm turning my hips. My waist is moving with my hips, I'm not turning around, not moving my waist like that, okay? And this hand is staying where it is because I'm choosing to hold this position where my finger would be at the end, like someone's just holding onto my finger. Okay? And then you relax, and then you let go of that tension in the hand. Ready? Now relax here, create a nice bow. So breath in. See this breath in? I'm leaving this hand where it is. I'm not really pulling it down, although it looks like I am. And this arm is coming up with the body and the breath in. And now I relax, and as I relax and drop down, you see if I leave the elbow behind, that tilts the arm up. So now I'm looking through my fingers. And then breath out, turn to the center. Just bringing both arms with me. I've done very little locally with my actual arm muscles. So when you drop to the side, you just relax everything. Pick your leg up and turn. That turn is going to create an outward swing, like an outward circle around and back to the center from there. And this hand is just going to come across with it. So, and then the relaxation there. See, relax the shoulder, relax the elbow. That's going to draw the hand back in towards me slightly. Right? That's nice and relaxed. That's over my wrist now. As I take a step down, I'm going to leave this hand where it is, and the body's going to move around it, dropping this elbow down, bringing this arm lower. So breath out. Okay. Now from there, to hold this hand in position. This hand's just coming with the body. Right, and you've got that nice expansion outwards feeling as your lungs expand. Relax. So you see this relaxation of my body, leave the elbows, raises the hands up slightly. And relax the hand here again. Now if I want to push this forward but there's something physically in the way, the only place for that to go is down. So then as you turn on the breath out, that goes down. And similarly, on the other side, as that turns, as I drop down, imagine there's something holding the elbow up. So it's going to look like I've raised my arm, but actually my body's dipped down and allow my arm to actually lift up a bit. So as you turn, there's your cause of the movement. So again, just try going through the form and feeling where your body's moving. What is moving those parts of your body? Why is it happening? If it doesn't quite feel right, why not? Just have a play with it. See how you get along.